Most of you know that I have the Great Quotes for Coaches podcast. And I got to thinking about this a few weeks ago as I was reading another one of the many John Maxwell books that I've read. Heck, I'm in the middle of another one right now. Just finished one yesterday. I love John Maxwell. I'm in the middle of a series actually right now on the Great Quotes for Coaches podcast, a series of John Maxwell quotes. So check that out over there. But I got to thinking about this concept that so many of these quotes that I do on the podcast, John Maxwell, by the way, himself in his books has tons of quotes from so many other people. So many of the quotes that we hear from other people, the famous people of the world, sure, but some of them maybe not so famous, but a lot of those people are dead now. They lived a long time ago. Ralph Waldo Emerson, Confucius, Seneca, all Jim Rohn, one of the more popular ones for me that I've liked. But tons and tons of these people have passed away. They lived their lives already, and yet we are being impacted by their words and being impacted by their quotes. How? By reading the quote or hearing the quote, thinking about it and going, that is really powerful, or that really speaks to me, or that says I should do such and such, whatever it might be, right? But then what do we do with the quotes? Because the key to it is not, oh, that's a great quote, and then it just stays over there as this quote. The key to it is that we do something about it. I'm saying do it now. In other words, take the quotes, take the messages that you get in your life from wherever you get them, and start applying them now to your life. This is what I need to do. Fortunately, I do this a lot. I try to take these different quotes or different messages in the books that I read and obviously take some in and go, no, toss that one away. But a lot of them I'm taking and going, ooh, I like that. I need to incorporate that in some way. The idea is that you've got all these great quotes, these great ideas, these great messages from people in the world. But if you never use them, if you never apply them in your life or to your life or to help others with their lives, what good are they then? They're just a lot of words that meant some cool things, but they didn't really do anything. It's like going to a coach's clinic and getting all these different offenses or defenses or techniques or whatever it is that you get at coaches' clinics and then never using any of it. Sure, so many things that we do at a coach's clinic that we learn at coaches' clinics or on videos or books or whatever. I'm not saying you got to use all of it. Of course not. You couldn't. You shouldn't. But when you're sitting at that coach's clinic, I'm recording this at the beginning of July. So there's a variety of coaches' clinics around the country, around the world. I'm sure over the course of the summer, in my state here in Montana, there'll be one at the end of this month. Right? And coaches will go to it and they'll be taking notes and listening to these people speak. While they're doing that, a lot of what they put down, they're just putting down for right now, right? Getting plays down or techniques or whatever it is. They're getting it down to see if later on when they process, okay, this will work with us, or I don't see that. But at least they're getting the information down. That's good. But then the next step is if you think it will work for you, work for your team, try it, do it, and see what happens. Well, when it comes to these quotes, these very powerful quotes that we might see, some of them are really powerful and will speak to us. I'll have quotes that'll speak to me in ways that they won't speak to you. You'll have quotes that'll speak to you in ways they won't speak to me. But if we get these quotes in front of us that are brought to us and I go, oh my gosh, I really like this. Okay, Scott, how can you apply it to your life? How can you help others by the use of this quote? How can you be a better person based on what this quote is saying? And how can you be a better person at helping your players or, your students or the families or your wife or your kids or whoever? And so the quotes themselves are outstanding, but they ultimately mean nothing if we don't ever do something with them, apply them in some ways to our lives. They ultimately then are just words on a wall, words on a piece of paper, words in some video that I watched. Apply it. Do it now and see what happens to you, to your teams, to your families, whoever it is that this quote or these quotes or these messages that you're gaining, whatever that is, in whatever way, see how they can help. And then the true value of the quote will shine through for you and shine through for others. That's when quotes get really fun, or the messages behind them get really fun, is when we apply them to our lives and we turn around. By doing so, we turn around and make our lives better and make other people's lives better. That's the power of quotes.